Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my June TBR. So, this is a very different one for me. I am trying to chill. I've had some really hefty TBRs this year, and in May my reading just did not go to plan at all. I say that, I just prioritised spending time with Cole and his family and just didn't want to read. So I want to give myself a bit more of a fun month. I'm emotionally struggling with not being in America anymore, so I just want to do something fun for me, relaxing hopefully, and lower the stress. We'll see if that works. If you're not new here, this will come as no surprise to you. The first book I'm going to talk about is the Chloe's Crime Scene Corner pick for the month, which is American Predator by Maureen Callahan. This says it is the hunt for the most meticulous serial killer of the 21st century, and it's about Israel Keyes. I will leave the link to the announcement video where I talk about this book being our pick for the month. I'm going to be reading this as a scheduled buddy read over in the book club Discord, so please do let me know if you'd like to get involved in that. But as I said, this is about Israel Keyes and apparently takes us to the chilling, nightmarish mind of a relentless killer, and I am very excited to read it. Next up, I will link another announcement video for you because there is a book I have to read this month, and that is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. So I am hosting the Kiss Quotient read along here on YouTube with some lovely creators, and we are reading one book a month for the next 3 months. So first up is The Kiss Quotient, and I need to read this before our live show at the start of next month. That hasn't yet been selected a date, but I will put a provisional date down in the description for you, and I will confirm when we're closer to the time. But this one I have read before. It's one of my favorite books of all time, so I'm going to be rereading it and annotating, which I'm very excited for. Absolutely love this one, so I'm really excited to read it again and talk to some lovely people about it. Next up, we have quite a few Patreon things to talk about, being TBR jars, buddy reads, and also a read along we have started, and that is for Twilight. So we are doing a Patreon exclusive Twilight along where we're reading the Twilight books and watching the Twilight movies. I was a teenager when the Twilight movies came out. It is the basis for my Patreon tiers. They are set as locations in Twilight, and I just felt like it was the perfect time to read the books and watch the movies. I will be annotating. I have my tabs, and I'm fortunate enough, thank you again to, I mean, I've said thank you for years, I'm going to continue, to Rachel and her fiance Mark for giving me these first edition hardback copies of Twilight, which I will be defacing with my notes. Is that okay? I don't even know if that's okay. Can I deface these? Shall I maybe just tab and not write in? I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to keep these for the rest of my life, so I may as well write in them, right? But yes, so we are reading one book a month of the Twilight books and catching up with the movies. If you'd like to get involved, this is open to all tiers of my Patreon, so from Forks High School, which is the £1 a month tier, up to the Cullen House, which is the £10 a month tier. So let me know if you have any questions, but we'll be reading Twilight in June. Then the La Push Beach and the Cullen House tiers have a buddy read every single month, and the one they voted for this month is Only Love Can Hurt Like This by Paige Toon. I only just hauled this. I don't think you've actually seen it in a haul yet, so I have this one. We actually had 4 books to choose between this month, and every book got 4 votes. So we had to use a random generator, and the winner was Only Love Can Hurt Like This. I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I've never read a Paige Toon, and I feel like this is going to be quite a nice summery read. I realise I've done the thing again where I don't talk about any descriptions, so let's just get started with this one. So this is about Ren, who realises her fiance is in love with someone else. On the other side of the world, Anders lost his wife 4 years ago and is struggling to move on. Ren hopes that spending the summer with her dad and stepfamily on their farm in Indiana will help her to heal. There, amid the cornfields and fireflies, she and Anders cross paths and their worlds are turned upside down again. It looks really cute. I mean, it doesn't help that it's got pink sprayed edges. That's always going to make it look more cute. But we'll be reading this one in the month of June. Next up is the TBR jar, which is choices from my TBR from the top 2 tiers of my Patreon. I'm going to be having a catch up, and I am officially putting this on my TBR again, with Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer Al Armentrout. I believe I picked this out of the jar in like February and haven't read it yet, so this one is officially on my TBR again. This is the second book in the From Blood and Ash series, so I will be reading this. I also had Extasia by Claire Legrand on my TBR. I picked that one out this month, tried to read it, and I just couldn't do it. I've tried the audiobook twice, cannot get into it, so I have unfortunately decided to DNF that one. So apart from Kingdom Flesh and Fire, we are all now caught up. So time to pick for this month. There is a lot of weird stuff in here. I'm just hoping for something good. Okay. This one, I try not to crop these clips at all, so I don't want them to be blurry. Oh, okay. Not what I wanted right now, but it works. This is Clown in a Cornfield, which it will not focus, which is Crazy Mal's pick. Okay, this book is of course right on the bottom of my shelf, so 1 second. Okay, so we have Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Cesar. I still haven't learned how to pronounce this, I'm so sorry. I've wanted to read this ever since Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin read it, and when we were all at Yauk, I mentioned it very briefly in passing, and he was like, yes, you should buy this, so I bought it. And Mal has been begging me to read it since I got it, so it's about a year now. Slasher horror with clowns, I think. When Quinn and her father moved to a tiny town with a weird clown for a mascot, they're looking for a fresh start. But ever since the town's only factory shut down, Kettle Springs has been cracked in half. Most of the town believes that the kids are to blame. After all, the juniors and seniors at Kettle Springs High are the ones who threw the party where Arthur Hill's daughter died. They're the ones who set the abandoned factory on fire and who spend all their time posting pranks on YouTube. They have no respect and no idea what it means to work hard. For the kids, it's the other way around. And now Kettle Springs is caught in a constant battle between old and new, tradition and progress. It's a fight that looks like it will destroy the town, until one homicidal clown with a pork pie hat and a red nose decides to end it for good. Because if your opponents all die, you win the debate by default. Slasher horror with a clown. Not what I was expecting to read in June, but I'm up for it. Actually, looking at the picks I've got right now, I have 2 what I would say are summer books, 2 horror, true crime, dark books, and 2 different levels of fantasy romance. So those are all the dedicated books, but I'm not done, because you may remember way back when I got my friends to give me prompts for Larry, I'm stuck with it, Larry the TBR prompt llama. It might be an alpaca, we're not sure, we're calling him Larry, and I've only done this once. So what I was going to do was at the start of weekly reading vlogs, if I didn't have a set TBR, I was going to pick a prompt and that was going to be my theme for the vlog. But I just haven't had time to do it because I've had so many dedicated books. So I'm going to have 2 dedicated vlogs to Larry in this month. One of them I'm going to pick out now and one of them I'm going to pick out off screen. I was going to do it at the start of the vlog, but that's too stressful for me because I need to plan. So we're going to do one now and you will know one theme. Okay, these are deep in here. We're gonna go right for the bottom. Okay, I'm kind of scared. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, so this is Marianne's pick from Cup of Books, and she wants me to read adapted books. Marianne, you are saving me. So I feel like this could work well, and what I said I would do, I've just spilled prompts everywhere, what I've said I would do when I pick out these in TBR videos is to give you an idea what I could be reading. So bear with me while I pop off screen and figure out what I'm going to be reading for this weekly vlog. I'm always really awful at knowing what has and what hasn't been adapted or what's going to be adapted, so I'm on an article from 2017 to see what's been adapted on here. Okay, this is from 2023, so it may have some more. How do I find lists on my phone on Goodreads? I need a Goodreads list. Okay, that took some time. Despite me thinking that there'll be so many lists of books being turned to movies, I couldn't find any decent ones on Goodreads. It was all ones that we wanted to be turned into movies. So I finally got my choices. So the first one I'll be reading in that week will be Twilight. Clearly, I mean, this was on every list anyway, I couldn't avoid it. But Twilight, I'm reading it because of the read along, which is also a watch along. So has been adapted into a movie. Next up, I don't know where this has been adapted to, but it came up on the list. I'm happy to believe it. Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. I don't know too much about this. I know Victoria read it way back when and then reread it, but this says her perfect life is a perfect lie. Annie has the perfect life, but behind the sharp edges and meticulously crafted facade lies the darkest of pasts. When a documentary producer invites Annie to tell her side of the chilling and violent incident that took place when she was a teenager, she hopes it will present an opportunity to prove how far she's turned her life around since then. As the wedding and filming converge, Annie's immaculate veneer starts to crack. Will breaking her silence destroy all that she's worked for, or will it at long last set her free? So I feel like this will be an easy, quick thriller read. So that's number 2. And then number 3 I have selected for this week, because I'm aiming for 3. It's also one I've not hauled yet, and one that I know there's an adaptation because I just binged it, is The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn, which is Bridgerton book number 2. I have become slowly obsessed with Bridgerton. I mean, quickly in the speed that it's happened, but slowly compared to everybody else. So I've now watched both series of the show, which this book is season 2. I'm hoping I still like it, even though I've already watched it. I'm sure I will. And yes, this one was a gift from Kay last month. So thank you for enabling me. Oh wait, you wanted to buddy read this. I will message you about buddy reading this. If you don't want to buddy read it, we will figure out another book for this list. But my provisional adaptations vlog is here. So now when I go off screen, I will pick a separate prompt that will be the other week reading vlog. So you know I said I was gonna have a chill month, everything be fun. I'm not really sure how that's gonna happen with all of these. I mean, there are some nice colours. All of these books are ones I'm excited for, to be honest. So this is going to be okay. This is going to be okay. It will have to be, because I need to get out of this reading slump. So all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching. If you have any strong opinions on any of these books, please do let me know. If you have any questions about the Chloe's Crime Scene Corner book club or joining in with the Patreon, then please do let me know about that too. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I will see you in my next video. Bye.